Another beautiful day. Looking at the sun setting into the Atlantic. Okay, this is an idea, and the frame of this idea is that I'm writing an email to We Are the Future, which happens to be a design company, a marketing and design company. And I'm going to express an idea. I thought it was going to be related to the company. It was going to be like a collective. It consisted of individuals that were dotted around the world, and because of the, the specific qualities of who they don't so much work in the company, they just contribute freelance, as it were. It's like a collective. That's what I thought. This is just the frame of the idea. Okay. So imagine a company where they throw out basically the brief to anybody who's interested. And the ones who are interested, the ones that like a specific brief, for example, there's a specific film coming up, let's say it was a 300, and they throw out the brief, and then people just come back with ideas about how it can be put into place, how you can market it, maybe some concepts to improve design. Or perhaps some people come up with the ideas, some people come up with videos, and they're already getting close to finishing it, and then they send that out to people, and whoever's interested can try and improve it, certain ideas. And that's what a collective does. They could be involved at any point, early on, later on, anywhere along the line. But it's very much based on you don't actually have to get a response back. And people only contribute because they actually think they've come up with something quite useful. Now that means you do need to have somebody who actually makes decisions as to whether an idea is good enough. Okay, and that's why I'm recording this video, because presumably somebody's going to be listening to this and going, no, it's not interesting enough, or, okay, this sounds interesting enough. Okay, anyway, this is the frame. So presumably there's somebody in the company of We Are the Future, a member of the team, and I play around with what a team is. And in the future, I don't believe teams are specific groups, but they're more like networks, collectives, that coagulate and form for a specific project or a specific projection, a specific objective. So if this has kind of caught somebody's interest in the company of We Are the Future, then I think I've just about set the frame. And for everybody else, the kids that watch this, or any of my friends that watch this, or anybody that's even vaguely interested in anything that comes in my head, here's an idea. The idea is this. At some time in the future, when you go to a cinema, before the actual main film that you're going to see, you're going to see trailers. These trailers are not standard trailers of films that are coming out. These are more like pilot episodes. And you as a viewer get to see, 6 or 7 pilot episodes of potential films. These films have not gone into full production. These are just like tasters of things that could be. You then go home, and because everybody's participating and interacting with the world, but instead of just writing reviews about things, which is talking about dead things, nobody interested in a review really, by nobody. But what you do is you say that you like a specific taster, specific film that you like the beginning of. You think, I'd like that to occur. And so what you do is you put in a little review, a little preview, a little, and you can start getting involved. Perhaps you can put in some money. Perhaps you could say, I like this film, or the beginning of this film. I like the idea of this so much, I'm willing to put in £10. No, so much, I'm willing to put in £100. No, I like this so much, I'm putting in £1,000. And of course, by doing so, you're going to get some kind of return back. If the film actually goes into production, you'll get some kind of money back from the fact, from its global success and all this kind of stuff. So you get to be able to kind of like invest in the film. However, it might not just be as simple as that. Perhaps you've got an idea about what that film actually could be, and you start writing ideas about what the film could be. And you might end up as part of the team influencing the actual film. Or perhaps you might actually end up being the cameraman, because you happen to be a cameraman. Perhaps you happen to be an amateur cameraman, but because you're so interested and enthused by a specific idea of a film, and you think you've got something quite unique to contribute towards that film, then you offer your services. You might even do this free. Sounds a bit odd, you might do this free. But imagine if these tasters were kind of like adverts, not just for investors, and not just for future viewers, but for people who have got the skills to actually make it happen. So kind of think about this as being an open source. The full manifestation of this idea is that you can have, this is kind of like the advertising for an open source project. Now it's 2008 when I'm recording this, and I mentioned this to a guy that's up and coming, I think, in London. Changed his career, he's about 27, 28, very interesting guy. And he started to get into films as a producer. And he listened to some of my ideas, and he was just enthralled. Now I don't know if he's going to be, and he's involved working with a bunch of people that are doing some interesting things with networks and so on, collectives. So I don't know if this is an appropriate idea for a specific organisation, We Are the Future, but with a title like that, you're kind of like inviting the most interesting ideas on the planet. So if that interests you as just an idea of something that might happen, and if you want to be involved in trying to make that happen more, then obviously get in contact. But it just kind of gives you an idea of the quality of kind of thinking I come up with. So, be the future. We are the future. I kind of like that.